I respect that they're your friends, but like anytime I absolutely don't have to be around them, I'm just gonna enjoy our time together. The important part of that is communicating with your partner that you will not tolerate any disrespect.
One. Hi, Never Too Shy.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. We are here. We are Never Too Shy, and we're back, baby.
Yes,
you hear
baby.
me? We're back.
Back.
Paulina here.
Tati here.
And our guest.
Jonathan here.
Jonathan here. Hey.
He's back.
Producer Marco's here, too.
What's up? Hi.
Hello, the voiceless, headless person.
Yes, I guess.
Nearly headless.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. We don't get to ever see him. It's like a mystery.
I know.
But it's kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe next season. Who knows?
I wish I could live my life just not.
In anonymity.
And what?
Anonymity.
Anonymity?
Don't hurt
Anonymity.
yourself.
Yeah, I did. I'm a mimity.
Anonymity.
That's like me at work. I can't say anonymous. I can't say it.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
It's a synonym of anonymity.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I want to be that.
You
I
wanna
want to
be
be an
anonymous?
anonymity. I do.
Just get off the radio. Step one.
Right, get off. Love it. Well, hi guys, we're back. Jonathan, you're back with us.
I am.
And you
Welcome.
are having
happy to be here.
coffee. You're having
I
a
am.
lovely day.
Her mom made me coffee.
My
It was
mom
great
did make you coffee.
Did
Oh,
love that.
shout
Black
out Martha.
coffee.
Yeah.
Black
Shout out
coffee.
Marta's coffee.
We love Marta's
You can
coffee.
Come here never, and she'll never give you coffee. Only me.
Yeah, facts. Just you. I love that. Tati, how you doing?
I'm getting by.
Wait, what? What do you mean? I feel
I'm
like you're
just-
holding up a sign that says SOS.
Yeah.
Or is it
I'm a
save
mess.
me, help me?
No,
all
SOS,
of it.
yeah.
All of it. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like sleep deprived. My eyes are tired of staring at screens.
How are you doing this?
Stuff right now?
Yeah, so I'm writing the first 3 chapters of my dissertation. I have a date for my proposal now.
Wow.
So everything needs to be in 2 weeks before that, which is very, very soon.
What's it about? What exactly is
Like
the
my
proposal?
dissertation,
Yeah.
or-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so my dissertation, I'm looking at, God, if it gets approved, what I'm looking at is like the role of joy and the role that joy plays in an all-girls Latin dance team, and like how mentorship and empowerment come about through the way an instructor teaches. And so I'll be observing an all-girls Latin dance team and just taking notes on how they interact with one another. Where do all these emotions come from? Is it joy? What other things are there? And how does dance kind of embody those emotions? So it's a little bit of all my favorite things: joy, mentorship, empowerment, and women.
Love it.
All my favorite things in one.
I love that. And it's got to get approved?
Yes. So this is like dissertation 101. So you have to create a proposal first, and that's your first 3 chapters of your dissertation. Okay. So chapters 1 is like the introduction, like why am I doing this? What does research say and what's missing in research, and how are you adding to that research? Number 2 is your literature review, saying I know everything about this topic that exists in the world. This is why I'm the person that should do this. And then chapter 3 is your methodology chapter, where you talk all about your study and like what exactly you're going to be studying, your research questions, and just, getting all the information out there, saying like, these are the types of observations I want to do. These are the types of interviews I'm going to conduct. I'm going to be observing for this many hours, for this many weeks. This is what I intend to see. This is my hypothesis, all that fun stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, so those 3 pages alone are like 90-something pages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Double spaced?
Yes.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
For sure, double space. Yeah.
Well, you got this, girl.
So I'm in that right now, and it's like literally taking over my life.
And it's done, and it's a wrap when?
I don't want to say the date, because
Okay.
but once I propose, they tell me right then and there, like if I'm good to go. So it's a 2-hour like presentation thing where you propose in front of your committee. They ask you questions. They grill you to see if you really know your shit.
Wow.
Or if there's like gray areas or areas that like they don't really understand. That's the time where you defend yourself. Then once you get the go, I'll start writing my IRB proposal to get everything set in stone, but through research, the research gods. And then I'll start my actual observations in February.
You got this, girl.
Yeah.
You got this.
Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf is
Praying
right.
for you.
If
Thank
anybody
you.
got this, so it's
Please.
you.
Yeah, thank you. I needed that, guys.
Yes, I know.
I've been going through it. I think I've cried so much this week of just
No.
pure like shit's hitting the fan, like like joy tears, like oh my god, I can't believe I made it this far. But then like oh my god, I this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot.
Totally.
It's very hard. It's ghetto. Getting a PhD is ghetto.
You have survived all of your darkest days.
Yes.
Thank you. There's more to come, but I'm getting by day at a time. That's all. You have no choice. Day at a time.
Literally.
You can't go at a week at a time. It's a day.
Well, you're a queen. Thank you for making it to
Thank
this.
you. Of course. Like I said, I prioritize things that are important to me. I'm a woman of my word.
Yes,
That's what
you
I
are.
do.
Yes, you are. I can attest to that.
CEO.
Yes, girl boss.
Period. Girl boss. Me too.
I hate,
I
girl
hate
boss.
it too.
I hate it. Just call me a boss. Just
Yeah, I had
everyone's
that whole
calling me boss.
conversation with my students the other day.
Yeah.
It drove me crazy because we're like, oh my god, we're going off track. I'm sorry, but like we're analyzing like advertisements and how controversial a lot of them could be. And last year, Bic, the pen company,
For her.
yeah, it said like act like a woman, think like a man, so you could be a boss or something like that. Essentially saying like if you think like a man, you could be a boss, not think like a woman.
Wow.
And we talked about like how messed up that is, and then this idea that it's like be a girl boss, and it's like no, stop calling it a girl boss, because then you're assuming boss takes the role of a man. Ugh.
No, I completely agree. I used to love that term. I found it really empowering at one point, and now I'm like, it's just ugly.
Well, because there was a need for it at a time, right? And then it's like, okay, now that we've had the conversation, like let's let the conversation evolve, right?
Yeah.
Good point.
Absolutely.
I think Sophia Maruso was one of the first ones, right?
Yes, she was. She wrote the
Yes.
she wrote the book.
Girl
literally called
Boss.
Yeah.
It was a great book.
Yes.
It actually is a great book. One
I
of my
didn't read it.
favorites.
I've heard of it. I haven't read it.
Yeah, no,
I don't
she's-
have time to read anything else now.
I don't either. I audible all my books.
Yeah.
I'm an Audible girl. I swear to God, because I just
Yeah.
feel like it's just easier.
Yeah, and I love like my favorite part of Audible is when the actual author is the one
Reading it.
narrating it. Like
Yeah.
Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. It's so great because he's the one narrating it, and
Really?
you understand. It's just culturally, it's so much more enriching.
Yeah, I'm listening to I read the book already, but Angie Martinez, my voice, when she's narrating it, and I love a New York accent, so I'm like,
it just
okay,
adds
Yeah.
that extra flavor.
100%. Because if like I don't know, like Jill from Minnesota read it, I wouldn't like it.
No, what is she gonna say? The Bronx, like she's
Right.
gonna try and do it.
No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear my girl Angie Martinez. I love it. So diving into our Say It With Your Chest, because today we are talking about friendships, but it's more of your spouse's friends and how do you deal with them if you don't like them, which I think is common for a lot of people. And there's layers to this. There's parts to it. We want to dive into it as well. But basically, like, what do you do, right, when you can't stand your boyfriend, husband, whatever, like wife's best friends? And I'm sure that like I've been on that end of it where somebody probably couldn't stand me. Like I'm positive. Like I have a feeling, we'll get into it, but I have a feeling that I was that person. And it's not for like what you would think why at all. Like it's actually kind of
I can't
sad.
wait to hear it.
It's actually kind of really sad if you think about it. I know. So say it with your chest. Who's going to say it first?
I'll start.
Do it. Guest.
If your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend's friends, like if the best friend doesn't like you, the relationship's doomed. Like it's never
Really?
At one point it will end. Either that relationship or yours. And depending on where you are, it might be yours.
Okay.
It's just doomed. from the
I
beginning.
don't agree, but okay.
I pray that it's not, but
No, but like we said, we're definitely going to get into it. But I think that happens more commonly than we think.
Yeah.
Or even like at one point, I'm not saying like now, like down the road, like you're still quote not liking their best friend or their friends. But I think at one point, maybe like there's an era, there's a phase, right, where maybe like you're not fond of them. Because I think that could change. But we'll get into it. Tati?
So my say it with your chest is not really. I just thought of it. I don't know. Like it's with my chest, but I don't know if it's my whole chest. It's like a titty.
Part of it, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
not a whole
show a
thing.
titty. Yeah.
I feel like for men, seeing a man with his friends actually gives you insight into his softer side without you realizing it.
His friends.
Yeah, like seeing a man interact with his guy friends, just them, and being an observer. If you really pay attention, in my opinion, it gives you an idea of or you get a little aspect of what their soft side is like.
But like, does he know that you're there watching, or are
No.
you just like a silent?
No, that's what. Yeah, I'm not like I'm gonna come watch you hang out with your friends. I think just for example, like if you and him are hanging out and he takes a phone call and maybe his friend's going through something or they're talking about something, if you really pay attention without being too obvious, I feel like you could really see a man's soft side with the way he interacts with his guy friends.
Oh, it's interesting.
If you really pay attention, like
What do
I
guys
do.
talk about?
We got to get into that too. Jonathan asks me all the time. You and my friend Jason say that
Yeah.
you would love to just sit in on a conversation of straight
Yeah.
men, the
Yeah.
straights.
I would
Yeah.
love to sit in a conversation with like Javi and his friends, just like hovering above, just
Yeah.
like listening.
I want to be a fly,
Oh my god,
an actual
like,
fly on the wall.
Yeah, I would love that.
Me too.
Javi, call me for a boys' night. I'd love to call.
Jonathan
Can you
wants to
imagine
go-
I'm down with a boys' night?
Oh my God.
yes, boys'
No,
night.
Jonathan was at a table one time of straight men, the straights,
Oh my god.
and
The
it was actually not comfy.
It's never comfortable. Yeah.
It was really bad.
Which time are you talking about?
You know
There's
what
multiple
time.
times.
Okay.
You were,
I mean,
you were
yeah.
at a table with straights.
I'm kind
And
of.
it was-
If we can, I want to.
They just
No.
say
about
such cringy
this. Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Well, can I say what they were talking
Yeah,
about? They
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
who they are, but like basically, one was talking about he has a girlfriend and he has 2 kids, and he was talking about a girl that he wants to bang or he banged.
Yeah, wants to, or what? I think it was. I don't remember.
It was
yeah.
past, present, I don't know, but he was gonna bang a girl. Another one was, I think, adding on to that about another
Yeah.
woman. Like they were just
I
talking
was
about
like, oh
women.
my god, you are all
Like, are you guys
garbage
Are you? But
people?
I look at it like, are you just like a horny like 18-year-old? Not even 18, a 14-year-old.
No, it was not even 14 or 18.
It's
it was,
giving
yeah.
like nasty to me. If you do that in
totally forgot about
public
that,
and
yeah.
or really even do that with your boys, like don't get me wrong, us girls, we will gossip, right? We will be chismosas. We will talk about our men. We'll talk about our whatever. We'll talk about it. But we're not derogatory. I don't think we are. I don't think we need to be.
You don't objectify men? Is that what you're saying?
Not really.
a little bit, but not, not like to, not to the.
Look at
in a
that.
funny way.
Okay, there's so
I
many
didn't agree
words. Okay,
completely,
there's so
but-
many
Thought he's
negative
like that
words for
man.
women, but
Yeah,
how many
depends.
negative words are there about like a man being like a man whore? And even a man, like a whore, you have to put man in front of it because
Right.
just as you were
Just
talking
like
about
girl
girl
boss.
boss, right?
Good point.
A whore is probably a girl. Right?
I just see
Man.
it.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, you're right.
I just saw that as like when he told me that
No,
I was
I
like,
agree.
that's just like to me like so gross. You're at like was it like a family picnic table
Yeah,
or something
no, we
too?
were, like, at a family
You guys
party,
weren't
yeah.
even like at least like at
Yeah,
the
that's
bar.
weird.
You're at a family picnic table. It's just so weird to me that that's like the topic that you're going to discuss. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that men don't have fantasies or thoughts about other people, and like that's a hot take too. Maybe like I do think that men, when they see a hot chick, they probably are thinking something. That's just what I think. I'm sorry if anyone's listening who just found this out right now for me.
Unfortunately, too, like
Yeah.
one of the guys I thought was like so attractive, and the second he was like adding on, I was like,
Ick.
damn, yeah, like I thought you had it, but you lost me
But
too.
it to me just
in my
gives
fantasy, we're no longer together.
That's how it works.
We're
right?
over.
Like I let men talk and talk and talk because then that just like you may start here,
Yeah.
and then the more you talk, and then once your actions don't match things you say or they do in a terrible way, I'm just like, thank you for showing yourself. Make my life easier.
Let me just exit right here.
Exit. Yeah,
Take
please.
a bow.
Right.
Wait, but do they like know these women or are they like celebrities?
No, like these were people that they were like having affairs with, you know,
Essentially.
and it's just like, God damn, isn't that like your baby over there?
Yeah,
You
your
know?
baby's running around over there in the
Oh
grass,
my
and
God,
your
literally.
girlfriend's over there. Right. It's just so
Are
weird.
any of these people city workers?
One maybe?
What's your
Maybe.
thoughts on city
Because
workers?
I feel like a lot of city workers have like that bar kind of vibe with their coworkers. They do, and like they can take it anywhere, like including like a picnic table, because it's like they just talk shit after work, kind of.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
So like that kind of environment is just like their automatic like
Yeah.
social button that turns on.
I've
Shout out to
seen-
Chicago City Workers. We love you.
Yeah, we
love your work.
fucking love our city workers. So we
You do good work.
When this like thing came out about like the top professions of cheaters or whatever,
Firefighters were-
firefighters being number one, and I ran to the comments. I run straight to the comments anywhere I go. So I ran to the comments, and so many people, women who work in firehouses, are like, if you would hear what these men, these firefighters, say about women, like just at work, just willy-nilly, just speaking out loud, like you would be fucking appalled.
Yeah.
And to me, I was like, wow. So of course I like grilled Javi, and he like won't tell me what they say, and it makes me very upset.
You can't expect them to tell you what they say.
Well, I'm gonna ask.
But like, with that being said, too, like, what is it about firefighters that like make them like the most cheat prone? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know.
Is it the whole like sleeping overnight thing? Like,
Yeah, that little
Like,
slumber
your
party at
pilots are
work.
big
I've
cheaters
heard.
too,
Look at.
right?
I've heard.
Yeah.
Firefighters have brought girls to the firehouse.
Yeah.
that's a pretty common thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's
So
a club. Oh
common.
my god, amazing.
Like, oh, you want to come see
Johnny,
my
let me
fire
see.
truck?
And the club we
You
all
want to go see my big holes?
Right.
In the club, we all think.
In the
I've
club,
heard
we
of
all
that. Yeah, I've heard of a lot of things, and I'm just like, this is so crazy.
Well, like
Yours
that's
is, like-
difficult because like Javi's a good one. So like, you want him to snitch on like his coworkers?
He
Like,
can snitch.
Yeah, no,
That's-
you can't do
He
that.
can break code.
It's not for him to say.
He can tell me. What am I gonna do? March up there and scold them? Like, what am I gonna do?
You're gonna write a letter.
I'm gonna write a letter.
Dear Mr. CFK.
Yeah. Dear city workers.
That's Alita.
I mean, yeah.
Totally off topic, but not really. I do this all the time. So one of my friends, he's a firefighter, and he posted a shirt that said CFD because police officers need a hero.
What the hell?
Basically saying that like
Yeah.
firefighters are the heroes for the police.
Yeah.
Those two have beef.
Rivalry.
Yeah,
They've got this weird rivalry. I can't
I
talk.
love a good rivalry.
rivalry.
Especially, do you guys go? I go to the
Baseball game.
no, the boxing.
the boxing
At
one.
De La Salle.
I went to that
Yeah.
one. Oh yeah, I might have seen you there. This was like
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah, it's always nice to see.
Yeah, it is at De La Salle. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew one of the police officers and one of the firefighters. That
Oh,
were
shit.
boxing.
They were fighting?
They didn't box each other. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
Boxing
But
for Tati's love.
It's hot.
Right.
Yeah. I was surprised the police officer who I know won. I totally thought he got his ass whooped, but he ended up winning. And I was like,
Really?
oh.
It was a rigged fight.
Yes, you boxers.
I guess like I don't know. Anyway, that's not
Can't
important.
trust anybody.
So I think my say with my chest before we move on, these amazing little side bits. These little side comments are amazing. I think we're all like delusionally and like just losing it. I think Tati's about to like lose it for real.
Yeah.
Let's try to reel her in. I think my say with your chest is you are the company you keep. And it's simple. And I think that it's true because growing up, my mom would always tell me that. And I swear, you guys, moms fucking know.
I know.
But I would literally, I would be sitting there and being like, you don't know my friends, mom. And like, mom knows my friends. But I look at it as a 32-year-old woman and I'm just like, okay, like, company really is like who we keep in our circle. Like when I look at certain people, I'm just like, oh, I don't like, and I don't mean like, I don't want this to be taken out of context. Like, I don't care if like, oh, you and your crew go party. Like I love that, go party. I don't give a fuck about partying. I'm talking about like you got like slimy people in your crew.
Yeah, your morals, your values, how you treat people.
Boom.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, to me, I think that's like says a lot about you.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Jonathan.
Going into today's topic.
Yeah, you're gonna be our host. Take
I
the
love
wheel.
it.
Take the boat. Drive
Take
the
it.
boat.
I'm in the back seat,
Take the
like
wheel,
getting
Jesus.
by.
So I want to talk today about, like it goes with what I said with my chest is when you are dating someone and what happens when you don't, or dating, married, whatever, and you don't like their friends, their circle, who they hang out with. Like, where do you begin to handle that? And like, my mind immediately goes to like my last relationship and like my ex's best friend from the first meeting hated my guts. I don't know what it is. I think I have a pretty good like read on people's read of me, and she just did not like me. And that's who my partner was going back to all the time whenever we were fighting, and that's for me what it is, right? It's like, that's the person that they're going to venting, asking for advice. And it's like, they're never gonna be like, oh, well, at least in that instance, right? Like, you should really hear Jonathan out. Like that was never
You're
fucking
gonna always be the bad
Yeah,
guy.
no, that girl
yeah.
hated you.
She did.
But I like wonder like why or where that comes from, because one could argue that I'm making this up. Maybe your ex, right? So we're speaking about maybe your ex spoke poorly of you or went to her to vent. And sometimes they say like not to do that because when you vent, right, to a friend or whomever, like that friend, which I think is so dumb, but it does happen, no longer likes you or cares for you.
To be clear too, I'm talking about like a first meet, That
That is true, though. That is
We
true.
were out at dinner. She popped in. He was really excited to like introduce us. And it just like immediately I was getting nothing. Like I'm picking up nothing. Like you're giving me nothing. And I'm like, So you already came in with a notion of who I was and like how you felt about me. And I think that's what really like irks me about some people is like form your opinion on me based on me, like not based on the wind, you know, like whispers that people are saying. Like if you don't like me because I'm an asshole, like let that be the reason, but like from firsthand experience, not from the game of telephone, you know?
That's a fair point.
And like to your point, then, if that's the case, like I don't think he was super excited to introduce me to someone after, like right, because that was so early, right?
Right.
There was nothing negative to like bring up, and it's like already where this is how I'm being met.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I don't think I've ever not liked my partner's. Would it be boyfriend or girlfriend, right? Or how does this work?
Your partner's best friend or your partner's
husband?
friends?
Like,
right, my partner's friends. No, I like his friends. I think they seem like good guys. Like I don't really know much of them. Like I've seen them, met them like whatever 10 times maybe.
but like, what if one of them was always wanting to take out Javi for like a night out, and he was coming back drunk all the time, right? Like that's never happened with any ex or anything.
No, none of my exes. I think that is something very common too. If we're talking common, I think that is having like the friend that you can't stand because I'm making this up. They're the single friend and they want to go party and go out and they want to bring out, you know, your husband or your boyfriend. I think that could definitely put a hole in the relationship, right? Or like could make you dislike them because of that. But I think it's your partner's responsibility to kind of draw the line and be like,
On that note too, I had a friend who was starting to date this guy, and she like made it a point that she's like, I only want to hang out, or she didn't want to hang out with his single friends. Like she wanted those single friends out of the picture.
So
she only wanted to surround themselves with other couples. And I hear about this with a lot of married people. Like once they're married, they could only hang out with married people because God forbid you have nothing in common with a single individual evermore. I think that shit is so weird.
I want to see all your single friends because I want to see how you all interact with each other, or if they notice like, yo, he's acting different. Oh, you're acting different. Why? How do you normally act?
And that's a big one too.
I personally would want to see them in all the different contexts, especially with their single friends.
Because like I think one thing that's interesting about dating or like be early on of any relationship is like you are trying to be like the best version of yourself, right? So like to your point, right? If you're acting away with someone and his friends are to be like, oh, this is so out of character. Yeah, like I'd want to be like, oh, what the fuck are you like usually? Yeah. Or, this is you on your best behavior.
Are you?
Yeah, who are you? You never know.
that's so interesting. I think I've been on the receiving end of it with my.
Which I love.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a little bit different. It's not my partner. No, it's not my partner.
An ex.
So, well, no, it's not even an ex. It's my best friend. So one of my best friends, when I was like younger, like one of my good friends, she always kind of like had like a boyfriend. Like I don't want to call her loveaholic because she's not, but she's always had like there's always been somebody.
Like a J-Lo.
Kind of. It's kind of giving a little bit J-Lo.
J-Lo. We love
and she's always been in relationships. I mean, she'll be single for like a short period of time, but like there's always been somebody or it'd be like getting back with somebody. And I trying to think out of them, there's two I can think of top of mind that never liked me. And I knew that I was never liked by my best friends. It's like another form of like weirdness, like besides, you know, like what you went through with your ex. Like for me, I didn't understand this because I was always kind of just disliked. And it happened twice. So I felt like, is it me or like, what am I doing wrong? And I thought it was maybe because whatever, I was a shitty person, maybe they thought, or maybe they thought I was like too much of a party girl. I don't know what they thought. And I wasn't even partying like that. I was, I think in college. It was fucking high school and college. But my mom actually kind of had to tell me that it's because they're like possessive men essentially, and that's all it was. Like I could have been Mother Teresa, I could have been a nun at the church, like, and they still would have hated me because I'm the one spending time with their girlfriend that they were like weirdly obsessed with. So like it was an unhealthy, in my opinion, level of obsessed. But I was like, and I wasn't like even doing anything. I was just like living life, and like I would ask her like, hey, do you want to like come out?
It's just your allyship to her was enough to like,
which is weird.
So weird.
Like it's weird. Like I wasn't like I just like, hey, do you want to like come out or something? I wouldn't like, I know there's some friends that'd be like, girl, you better come out with us tonight and ditch your boyfriend. I never said that. I couldn't care less.
Leave your panties at home.
Yeah, literally, leave the bra and panties at home.
Similarly, I think because I'm a gay man. I am.
Like, do you have something
I'm
to tell
straight
us?
now.
Breaking news.
You heard it here first. I'm coming out hetero. So I think because I was gay, like a lot of the boyfriends that like would have been very possessive, like felt like I was either like the safe friend to have around, and I was like helping like deter straight energy from their girlfriend, you know? But I also found that weird too, because I feel like that got me closer to some relationships where like I saw like the possessive, it's always like a possessive weird behavior. Like I remember like one time I wanted to like walk over to like McDonald's with my girl, and her man was like, no, I'm gonna drive you. And he's like, you only want to go because you want someone to see you. And I'm like, well, that's why we're going down the fucking block to McDonald's. So this is a fashion show. This is a runway here.
Yeah, there's men like that. It's scary.
I remember when I was dating somebody many years ago, I was hesitant to do this, but I did it. I brought him to the dance like scene, a big event at a performance. I brought him. And so almost every guy on that dance team is gay. And so my partner at the time, he was gay, right? And so like we were all like, after the performance, we were all in a room together, and I introduced, my partner at the time to everybody, and I was already hesitant because I knew he was very jealous, but I felt secure because my partner and everybody around me, all the men were gay. So that gave me a little bit of like ease. But my partner was drinking, and I'll remember out of nowhere, he said, that's just like a cop-out to the gay guy. And then he's like, what? He's like, yeah, I don't trust you. You say you're gay, but then you get to feel up on her and she wears these costumes and that. Like a lot of you probably play that role just so you could like, and I was like, thank you for thinking so highly of me, but like
amazing.
He does not want me. He does not want me. I promise you. And like, he was even like, listen, your girlfriend's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's very talented. No, thank you though. Like she doesn't have what I want.
And it's like,
but she's a beautiful woman. And like, and then like him and I got into a big argument because I was like, you're being disrespectful to my teammates.
100%.
For no reason. And like I told him, like, stop, you're being disrespectful. So never forget that. Like,
because he's so insecure. Like,
and it was this possessiveness, right? Like he was super possessive. He hated all my friends. Almost every single one of them. He didn't like any of them. He had something bad to say about everybody. He didn't like anybody. He was, you know.
Oh, yeah. I knew right away when you said that.
That like makes me cringe.
It is so bad.
It is so bad. And it's really upsetting, and it's sad, because I feel like, I don't know, why wouldn't you accept or want your partner's friends? Because one thing I can't stand is when someone gets into a relationship and drops their friends.
Oh my God.
I cannot fucking stand that.
I agree.
And that makes me really sad, and actually hurts my heart because I don't know like what goes on in people's minds. Do they think that'll make their partner happier? If it'll make their relationship stronger? I don't know what they think. But the craziest part is when it doesn't work out, and it happens more than
Who's there
not.
for you?
Who's
there
running
for
back?
you?
Thank you.
And
Running
you're there.
right fucking back.
That drives me insane. And like as like the gay friend in a lot of situations, I feel like I always see so many of my girlfriends like I'm just like, oh well. It's the weirdest thing to me, which I guess brings to your like, I mean, if you want to like come to the end of it too, it's like, can you like, are you at a place where like, I guess you're not in the situation right now, but like if you're at a situation right now where like you don't like the person you're dating's friends, like can you create that distance? Like, are you okay with doing that? Like, I feel like I'm at a place where like I don't need to like everyone.
Yeah, I think you have to. I think if you know 100% that, and I think it's in the article. Like, if you truly tried, it wasn't just like you being bratty, like, oh, I don't like them. But if you truly tried and like take any judgments aside and like see them in these contexts, and you're still getting the same feeling and you're still getting the same vibe, I think it's fair to say, you know what, like, I respect that they're your friends, but like, anytime I absolutely don't have to be around them, I'm just going to enjoy our time together, and then you could have your time with them. But I do think the important part of that is communicating with your partner that you will not tolerate any disrespect of them on you, and then you have to do your part. I may not like them, but I'm not going to talk all the shit about about your best friend to you either. That's not a good feeling either.
No.
But I think you have to communicate that with your partner and say, I respect they're your friends, but they need to respect I'm your partner. Let's just keep it separate. And then when we have to be together, we just be bigger people and just play nice, but really avoid each other. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of like respecting your partner and not guilt tripping them. Like, oh, now, because you never want to be that person. Like, I don't like your friend, so you can't hang out with them. I will never be that person. But I think it's just like, what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong.
Yes.
Don't let them disrespect me. I won't disrespect them. I don't like them. I'll make it clear, but I won't be extra.
Like, it came to a point with me and my ex, like I dreaded when he would go hang out with that friend. And I was like,
Yeah, I could relate to that.
But see, in your defense, though, it wasn't like just because they're hanging out and kikiing. Like, they
it was
would
always
like,
an ordeal.
it was always a production. It was an ordeal. Like, whatever, like, do your thing if you want to like get high and drink or whatever. But it was like this extended thing where like it led into the next day.
Yeah.
Like, if your partner doesn't come home and that's kind of the agreement you guys have, we like to come home at night. Like,
Yeah.
I have a bed, you know. Like, I don't know like what partner I'm at, and I'm not like if
Yeah,
that works
no,
for your
honestly.
relationship. But like for me, I need you in your bed at night. Like, why would you spend the night at your friend's house? Like, we're not like a 14-year-old sleepover. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I see it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's certain, like, somebody that was in my life and, like, just this group. Yeah, you had, like, the sense of anxiety when they would go out. Because it's like, oh, they enjoy you getting super drunk because then it's funny and then they make jokes and then they don't like you. So who knows what they're putting in your ear or who they're throwing at you or what they're trying to get you to do. Right?
Because, like, you
I don't
are
put
the
that past
company you
people.
keep. Like, you are.
Yeah.
And so it's
You
like,
are.
if these are like, if this is who you choose to spend all your time with, like, if these are your people, I don't know. Yeah, that sucks.
What about you, producer Marco? Have you ever felt like you didn't like your spouse's friends?
No.
He's like, no, moving
I
on.
can't relate to any of this because it feels like it's just so like petty and dramatic.
It is.
Like, to me, I guess I've always been secure in myself, and like I'm not really like insecure. I think like for as far as like same sex friends, I don't think men and women can be friends without a purpose. Like, that's just my hot take.
I can't stand that hot
I
take.
know it's crazy. But that's
You
just
and
what
I are friends without a purpose.
No, we have a purpose.
Wait, retract. We have a purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's saying that's the only reason.
Like,
saying
you can't
that's
be
the
friends
only way-
without a purpose.
So if
But
there's
isn't
no
that anybody?
podcast, no.
Why would
You
I?
could be friends, be like, oh, it's just this cool. Like, you have like this podcast is the
No.
purpose of why we have a friendship.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have more than a podcast friendship.
Correct, but we talk about, like, you have to have something happening in your life
Like, we have
consistently to be able to communicate with this person. Like, if it's just someone you know from high school, like, no, bro, like, that's not, at least in my opinion.
Well, they could still be a friend, but I don't speak with them all the time, so that doesn't make them a friend. Like, my friend from high school, like, I speak friends with this guy named Alex, and he's dope. Shout out. I have not talked to him in like 8 years.
But this just goes back to, like, with the conversation we had where, like, you guys know the fact that, like, 9 out of 10 men will sleep with you at any time.
Yeah, it's
Heterosexual
the
men.
exception, not the rule. I will ride for that statement.
Exactly.
I know people hate when I say that, especially women. They go, I'm like, okay, let's not be like goofies.
No, it's 100% true.
9. Well, I know you would agree, but like a lot of women want to fight me on this. 9. If I lined
I agree.
up 10 men,
I
thank you,
agree.
thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not like
This summer for me just proved it.
Thank you. Period.
3 weeks ago proved it.
Right? No.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying because people who I thought were like my close friends, like
Yeah.
we're not really friends anymore. And like, it's because
The purpose for why men and women are friends is because either the man wants to sleep with a woman or they have something going on in their life. Very rarely is it the purpose of, like, the woman wants to have this man in her life genuinely.
I see what you're
That
saying.
leads the friendship because the man won't stay for that. The man's only objective is because of the fact that they have something going on, like me, you, and Tati, or they want to sleep with the person.
I agree with you, but you and I, I'm looking for a word. Is it platonic? Yeah, platonic. You
Yeah.
and I are platonic.
Hold on a second. Your mic again. What did
You
you
and
do?
your mic.
There we go. Got it.
That's like works. Okay.
You and I are platonic.
We are.
So meaning like we don't need a podcast to be friends. Like we genuinely are friends.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that. Like
But I'm the exception to the rule in many cases.
you're the 1 out of 9.
But it's not only you, right? It can't just be you.
no.
No.
In this example, okay.
this example.
If I was to line up a men of 10, right? Out of that 10, I say 8, you say 9. I say 8 are going. So if Tati
Going like
I'm
they
throwing-
want it, like,
yes,
yeah.
I'm
Like,
throwing
they'll sleep
Tati
with
into
you.
it.
All
I
10.
lined up 10 men for
They
Tati.
all going.
But
10 out of 10.
10 men that, let's make this even more tricky, that you know,
Yeah.
to some extent. It
Yeah.
could be a good friend. It could be a guy you met like 2 times. It could be an
Yeah.
Instagram friend. I'm lining them up. 8 of them are going. And some of those have girlfriends and wives, FYI, too.
Yeah.
100%. They're going still, which is disgusting.
Yeah.
Then there's 2 who are like, girl, like, I'm like, I like you, you're cool, but like they're not gonna fuck her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not
I
because
have one.
she's not
That's it.
attractive.
I have one.
She's not because she's not attractive. She's beautiful, but because
one.
it's a platonic relationship.
Yeah. And also, I don't use the term friend very loosely like you guys do. Like, I can count like 5 people in my hand that are my friends.
Yeah, I'm this one. I'm the thumb. I'm just kidding.
I'm not any.
Yeah,
We're coworkers
We're
at
coworkers
best.
at best, me and Tati. But so yeah, like for me, male friendships and female friends, like I can see that. But like hating on like your girl's girlfriends, like or like gay friends, makes no sense.
It would be so weird. It'd be
It's
so
like,
weird.
It's just like you're losing. Like you want to make sure that the girls or the friends feel safe and welcomed around you. You don't want to make it feel like a storm.
Yeah.
Like when I go out with Lucy, when we used to go out, now we have kids, but when we used to go out with her friends, whatever else, like I'd buy drinks for the whole group. Like I'd be protecting the whole group and making sure like there wasn't creepy people coming in. Like I would never be like, I don't want you to be next to that person. Like come over here, be next to me only. Like no, like if you want to go hang out with your girlfriend over there, cool. Like I'll watch you guys. I'll make sure everything's okay, but I'm not gonna be like a pussy face being like, why are you sitting
Yeah.
next to her?
That's nice that like she
I like
brought you out and stuff too. Like meaning like she obviously felt safe and comfy to bring you out. Like I know
Yeah.
girls who don't want to bring their man out because they're like, you're just gonna make this fucking miserable.
Nah, I want to bring mine out.
Yeah,
You do?
and like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
in your case, Jonathan, like it's true because there's 2 different, at least in my experience of like gay friends. There's like the guy gay friends and the girl gay friends.
Yeah, and it's like, so one, it's interesting because like I don't really have like any gay friends, and it's like I feel like there's been all these like, because it's the competitive nature that I've alluded to, and like I can think of like one example when I remember there was this guy I was dating right after college. One of his friends had a thing for him, and like he was like spitting unpleasantries about me, and it's just like it's like you're never gonna win in those kind of scenarios.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just find it weird. Like I don't know. I mean, like
Yeah.
I
For you to hate
Oh my god,
one
he
of-
had 2 friends that were really into him, and then both of them liked me. I was doomed.
I'm the king of the lesbians. Lucy's lesbian friends love me,
know
so
yes, lesbians love you.
for me, it's like it doesn't make sense. Like just
Yeah.
it feels like you're insecure. You're very high schooly. You're very childish.
It
like,
would take a lot.
maybe you need
Right.
to grow up and like get some experience because like for you to be hating on some friends, I have no idea.
No, it's weird. I think it would take a lot for you to quote hate your wife's friends. Like I'm the same way. Like it would take a lot for me to hate my husband's friends.
Yeah, same. It'll,
Like,
it'll take a lot for
a
me
lot.
to
Like, they gotta,
really
like, come
dislike. I
stab
don't
me
like the
or
word
something.
hate, but it'll take a lot for me to dislike
Dislike.
somebody's friends.
And like I get it too because like you said, like friends, you hate when like people leave friendships for a relationship.
I hate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
100%.
But I also feel like
Yeah.
if you have friends who make you choose one of those 2 options,
Yeah,
like those are
that's
shitty
not-
friends.
No, for sure.
Because
I
like,
don't think it's the friends choosing. No.
No, I think it's
I think so.
thought it-
Sometimes it's too because the friends
it?
like
Oh.
they're like we don't want to hang out. Like you change, you're different.
Oh,
That's tough. Yeah.
That's like stupid. Like for example, like my few friends, like my best friend, obviously we're a couple, so like we all 4 hang out.
Yeah.
But like my other friend, he's like my cousin. He's like my brother. He's over all the time. He's never been like, oh, like don't bring Lucy. Like he'll come to the house and hang out and talk to her. Like it's normal. Like it's not anything.
100% as it should be.
So like to hear these stories of people like, nah, bro, like leave her here, like don't come out or do that or that.
So weird.
It's like annoying as fuck.
It's like
Yeah.
possessiveness. It's possessing a person.
I think I agree, and I think like as girls too, like let's say one of your girlfriends is in a relationship, you know the guy is not shit, like you could just tell. I think it's fair to just state your observations at first, allow them to do what they want with it. Just let them know I'm your friend, I'm going to support you. This is what I noticed, but it's your life. And I think more women need to learn to stay in their lane and be team friend. Because so many
so tough,
times,
though.
No, it is. But like so many times you want to be like, oh, I'm team him. No, you should be team your friend.
yeah.
And then just say, listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to support you. I'm acknowledging my red flags, my vibes, what I get off, but I'm not the one sleeping with him. I'm not the one that has to go on dates with him. I'm not the one that has to be in these toxic phone calls. That's you. If that's what you're choosing to do and that's how you see yourself, then I can't do anything about that for you, but I'm here to listen. And then if you want my opinion, then I will give it to you. I'm going to give it to you right away, but I'm not going to continuously give it to you unless you solicit it, you ask for it.
So like I'm honest to a fault, and I feel like it brings up a good point of like how honest you be in those situations, right? Because
I think you're very honest in
right?
the
Because to your point, like I am team my friend, which is why I'm bringing up like, hey, like a dislike for like a person or a situationship or like whatever, right? But it does put you in like a super awkward position, because it's like you may not be picking up what I'm putting down, and it's
and you can't control that. It's just the like I know I did my due diligence as your friend to keep it 100% with you because I love you and I want the best for you, and what you do with that information is totally on you. I think we cannot penalize our friends for not taking our advice right away because the partner's doing things that I can't do for you. So I'm just
true.
I'm just gonna support you and be what you need me to be, but unfortunately when shit hits the fan, I may not say I told you so, but I may go like,
give you
and
the
that's
look.
it.
I
don't know.
I don't know. That's a great point that you bring up because I feel like I'm so guilty from my past. I think now at this age, I'm not like this anymore. But I know that, like, for example, Tati, I'm going to use you. Like, if you were dating somebody and I know this person treated you awfully, like it was terrible and was cheating on you or just doing things to you that weren't great, I would automatically default to like, I don't like that person. Then I treat that person different. And then it's like the whole, whatever, the whole trickle effect of that. But now I think looking at it as an adult, it's like, I may not approve of that and I don't like it. I actually hate it for you. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, well, you're choosing to be with that person or go back to that person. So like,
you wouldn't say anything? Like if you saw me with someone that was like my worst version, whatever, now you wouldn't tell me?
I would absolutely tell you, but I wouldn't like get involved with your relationship. I wouldn't. You're going to do what you're going to do.
I'm telling you right now, get involved with it, please. So
I mean, I think I'm going through it now and it's like, I don't know what to do with somebody. And I really want to take this person and like rescue them. And I don't know what to do. I really don't. And she's asking me for like my opinion and I'm being honest. And I'm saying,
that's all you can
I don't
do.
think it's a good idea. I love you so much. I don't think it's a good idea.
Especially if you just said they're asking for your opinion.
Right.
I think all bets are off the table. You're asking me, like, then I'm going to give you 100% of what I think.
Yeah, how much
I'm going to be honest with you because you're asking for it. If you're not asking for it, like I said, I'm going to give you my off the bat opinion. And then from there, what you choose to do with that, I'm going to just respect you as a person and your decision. I may not agree with things. And I may even say, you know what, I would prefer, and I don't want to make things weird, but like, I would rather see you on your time, not with this person.
Yeah.
I think when it becomes really tricky is if like, let's say this person like gets engaged and then they're like, I want you to be the maid of honor. Like, you want me to say a speech for you and this person? Like, that's where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
Cause like, I don't know.
Right. Tati will not be doing the speech.
No speeches.
I guess I would say, do you really want me to do the speech?
Ooh. They should know better than to ask.
Yeah. But I think that's tough.
It is. But totally. Back to Marco's point, I just think it's like weirdo energy to not like your partner's your partner's friends. Thank you. Hi. Like I'm like, hello. I just don't really get why that would be, but it would have to be like, I'm telling you, like for me to like dislike them, it'd have to be a serious reason. Like this person like came to my house and like strangled me to death. Like it has to be bad.
That's it.
Right? That's it. That's all it takes.
Have you guys ever been on the receiving end where like your partner's friends, like what Jonathan said, like they didn't like you? Because I feel like we talked a lot about other people. Jonathan talked about not being like, but have you ever had that situation where your partner's friends didn't like you?
My partner's friends didn't like me.
Yeah. Like what Jonathan's situation. Has that happened to you?
It was so dumb, but like this girl didn't like me, but I think it's because we had broken up and then we were like talking about getting back together. And she was hanging out with him a lot. And I don't know if she liked him. I honestly, I don't think she did. She might have. I don't know. But I think because like he would smoke her out all the time and they became really close. And I think she was afraid that if I came back in the picture, like obviously I wasn't gonna have that. Like that was not gonna be for me. No. And I think as stupid as that sounds, I think that was like what she like wanted at that time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, girl. And I didn't like her either. I didn't like her back. And then he obviously vented to her about me.
Of course.
So she knew things, and she just did not like me. You know,
It
but
sucks because it's like in my situation, I feel like I did not do anything up front. But later on, yeah, but
No.
up front, no. And
No.
it's just that was I don't know what it is. It's like is that a fear of like losing the friend almost?
I think
right?
it's a
Like,
fear. I think it's a fear of insecurity. If I'm going to talk about it from their ends, I can't say it because I'm not no hating ass bitch. But if I'm looking at their perspective, I think they're afraid to lose their friend. They're afraid, yeah, because when your friend gets into a relationship, the dynamic changes a little bit. Like I don't care what anybody says, like it changes a little bit. Now, how much it changes is up to you because I feel like we talked about this. Some people completely cut you off, and then some people you just maybe see less for like margarita night, right? So like, but you still talk often. You guys are still friends. But I can name you 3 of my friends that completely when they get into relationships, like I don't talk to them as much anymore. They live their own world. They do
Drives
their
me
own
insane.
thing. You know, I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's so lame, but that's my opinion. I know life happens. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, if you have like kids, you got things to do, whatever. You got a life. You got a dissertation to write. Like I have no problem with that. But there's a difference between like being busy with life and
being
then,
swept into a relationship and like that's your
right. Like it's just fucking the Cinderella
Yeah.
story or something. It's just so weird to me.
It is.
Like I don't understand why anybody would do that. I don't know. I think it's weird.
because it's almost like you're creating like this fairy tale. It's like a world you're creating where like you are the only 2 residents, and it's like
Don't be a main character.
oh my god,
Right.
honestly,
It gives that.
You're only a main character in your own life, okay?
It just gives that. But yeah, I mean, looking at it, it's like, I don't know. I do think it's a form of jealousy of losing your friend, of losing, I don't know, maybe something time with them. I don't know. Maybe it is like a jealousy thing. Like I do think people could be jealous of their friends. Not like that. Like jealous of like if like when you hang out with somebody, like I don't get quote jealous, but like I know
You always do.
I'm raging. I'm raging. But I know people do
She has a
that.
burn
Or
book.
that one meme that's like when somebody calls my best friend their best friend. Like
well, there was. Okay, how about this? There was
I
a
think that's real.
There was a
No, that's
situation.
real. I'll be like,
Side eye.
No, there was a guy I was dating, and him and his ex were like best friends, and I hated that.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Tricky.
And it's right. Like I don't think I'm that insecure, but I was just like, I will never have whatever this is. Also, like, are you guys really over it? Like I'm not friends with any of my exes, and I don't want to be. Called out my red flag. I don't fucking care. I don't want to be friends with none of you guys. I never want
None
to
of you
see
ugly
you.
motherfuckers.
My hell is all of them lined up, and it's like I can't get my smoothie
I want to
yet.
make that a TV
wherever I'm
show
trying to
so
go.
bad.
We'll put it where like you just walk in, Jonathan sees all of his exes.
Oh my
I
god,
want
that's
that
my.
What's his
show.
reaction?
Oh my
I want
god,
that to be
throw
on
up.
Netflix. Like dinner with your ex.
Dinner with your exes.
With all your exes. I talked about this.
You did talk about this.
I would love that show. You have to sit down and have dinner, and it's you and all your exes.
Is it like
And you have to
everyone or is it
hear-
like top 4?
No, it's like
Well,
all of them.
I mean,
Oh, man.
ideally,
Would
if
it be
you
an
could do
orgy?
all
I
of
don't
them,
know.
that'll be the
Depending how the dinner goes.
Mine might turn into an orgy. Who knows? Someone's got to hold the
yours might.
camcorder for sure. For sure.
OnlyFans.
In this economy, you gotta do. You gotta do.
That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys ever had the situation almost reverse, where somebody you're dating or talking to, their friends kind of make comments and hit on you?
Their friends hit on you.
Oh.
That's a very like guy thing. That's not really a girl thing. Like, where girls hit on guys.
No.
That would be really something.
I know.
Like I'm trying to picture that. No, I don't think any of my friends are saying hit on my husband.
No.
No,
Your husband's
your
friends.
partner's friends.
Like
hit
I'm
on you.
dating you, and your friends are making.
Or like
moves.
they'll make comments like, "Oh, you look great in that dress" or something.
I'm trying to
That
think
would
so
be
hard.
really fucking weird. Does
be
that
like,
happen
if
to
you
you?
guys
You're
weren't
smiling
together.
too big.
It's not that it happened to me, but like you could just
happened.
tell when like this guy wasn't my boyfriend. It was just somebody I was like dating. And I remember like being out and like his friends were just like talking to me a lot, like more than I think you should.
Like you weren't being friendly. Like you wanted to get in my pants. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I would hear them make comments like, "Dude, you got a baddie, dude." Like
Okay, like,
okay, like
okay.
thank you, but that's a little like
Wow.
That's
I
a
would be
little
tapping that
weird.
right now if I were you, brother.
Yeah, like brother.
Going back to the picnic table.
Or like when you, let's say you and him break up and you no longer talk, and then
You
one
get
of
that
them,
DM?
and then they DM you like, I heard about what happened.
I'm sure you did.
He messed up. You're a real one.
Give me a shoulder cry
If you were
on.
my girl, man. If I told you how many times my ex's friends did that,
Yikes.
Stop it.
Give us your IG. Let's search
Those
it.
are not his friends.
Oh,
they're not. Well,
No.
I mean,
No,
to
those
this
are
day
not
they
his
are.
friends.
I mean,
No. I mean like that they're physically friends.
No,
but they
right.
are not his real
yeah,
friends.
I do think a lot of this stuff is like apparels of your 20s. Like I feel like this is stuff
Yeah,
I've
that was in my
encountered
20s.
less lately.
Good point, yeah.
Mostly because like I feel like when you get older, like other things become like more of an issue. Like you worry about
Like
like
global
life
warming?
insurance
Oh.
and global warming. Yeah,
401k.
you know, yeah,
Yeah.
401ks, all that stuff. So it's like I feel like little petty little things. Like I feel like you don't have as many like satellite loser friends that would be doing what you're describing,
Correct.
right?
Satellite loser.
yeah.
Mhm, satellites.
That's fair to say.
like-
That's interesting. Wow. Yeah, I couldn't even
Wow.
My
imagine.
friends better never.
I don't know.
Never.
I don't know. I don't even think did I ever have like a friend who like wanted like my spouse or my boyfriend.
It's me.
It's always you.
It's
Do you
me.
guys
It's
watch
actually
Love-
Jason Brown.
Do you guys watch
Jason
Love is
Brown
Blind?
wants to- Love is
Yeah,
Blind. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, did you see this last season?
No.
Okay, so anyway, there was a section where this girl's best friend like came and she was talking to her fiance. And she was like, "Oh my God, he's so hot! Like you did so good. He's so cute." And she kept telling her the whole night how hot he was, and like she was pissed off. Like, okay, why does my best friend keep telling me that my fiance is fucking hot? Like I got it the first time. She kept telling me. So then the fiance and the best friend were like sitting talking for a while, and she was telling him like, "You're such a great guy. She's so lucky to have
Wow.
you." And then she got pissed off at like him, like, "Why are you talking to her like that?" He's like, "That's your best friend. Like you should be mad at her. I'm not saying that about her.
Yeah.
She's saying I'm the hot one." Like
Yeah.
She was mad at the fiance or the boyfriend, whatever.
yeah, she was mad at both, but her and her fiance got in a fight when they got home. About
Well, yeah,
it.
because like to your point where like that's your friend. Like I'm meeting your friends. I don't know if who I'm like. Fuck, I know that she's hitting on me and saying all these things to other people. Like that's you have a greater issue than
yeah, and that's what he was saying. He was like, "I didn't
Yeah.
do
I'm just sitting here being hot. Like
I
Like,
think-
sorry, you're
yeah.
welcome.
it's so hard to be the hot one.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah.
To be the
It's
hot
so
one.
hard.
You're just
Oh
being
my
hot.
God. Starting
So
drama in
hard.
friend groups because you're so hot,
Like
spicy.
spicing things up.
That's crazy. Ooh. Oh, my spicy hot friend. Stop
We're the
it.
hottest. Remember, there was a line for us.
Oh, there was a line for you guys.
months
You
ago.
guys
Or
are
on
the
26th
hottest.
Street.
There was.
Right on
Hottest
there
26th
was.
Street.
Street.
Now it's down Archer.
You're the hottest on Archer.
Gets the
Oh, yeah.
Danny's.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's wild. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Yeah, I was going to say, I don't like think that I would take it out on my man. If anything, it's how my man also reacts to that. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's, I think, the thing. What?
I have.
I
What?
don't want to get into it.
Oh, get it.
No, you can say it. What is it?
Nothing. Keep it going. Keep it going.
No, you can like really say
No,
it.
literally, we don't.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like you've reacted negatively when you've seen
Oh,
something
I
similar
was
go
absolutely-
down.
I was hammered off my ass.
yes.
I couldn't even tell you where my ass and my head were. Like I was
Well, it's
that lit.
crooked, so it would be to
My
the
ass was
left
on
a
this
little
side,
bit.
my head
Yeah,
was
or to
there.
the right. Yeah.
There's an
Yeah.
exorcism going on.
No, 100%. No, but also that person was not my friend at all.
No,
like
no.
not even remotely my
No,
friend.
no,
Like that
no.
person is like a fucking waitress. Like,
Yeah.
I have
yeah.
a hot take.
Yes.
I feel like once you're okay, so let's say you meet your partner's friends' significant others.
hold on, partners, friends.
So like let's
Okay.
say like my partner's best friend, he started dating a girl.
okay.
I feel like it's in your best interest to play nice
Of course.
because then you could exchange information.
Hell yeah.
Oh, for sure. You
So
need
you
allies.
got so it's not even about getting good with the friends, it's about getting good with the friends' partners.
No, for sure. I like that. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I
You
agree
gotta
with
get
that.
in with them because man, those girls spill tea. Like
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
tell you about the boys
Oh, I
that you
believe
things
it.
you may not know, or like, hey, when you and him stopped talking, there was this girl he was talking to, and here I'll show you her Instagram and this, and I was like,
Oh yeah, befriending
it.
is probably the best thing you can
oh
do.
hell yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Especially if you're like a girl's girl like me. Like, but you have to, real shit though, you have to come in with good intentions.
Yes.
Like, you have to come very, like, open to getting to know somebody, not like, oh, I'm just gonna fake it because
Yeah.
you have to be
Because
like,
it's not real. Yeah.
because it's not real. Because again, like I could recognize bullshit now, so I'm like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
smell
Oh, yeah.
a mole, but like
You're the mole.
if we're both like getting along, we find some similarities, we hit it off, then it doesn't happen right away. It can't, but with time, it will.
You need allyship
Period.
for sure.
I love it. Well, this was a very intriguing conversation about friends and love and partners. I love this for us. All the
Haters.
haters.
It's always the haters.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes,
Thank
we
you
love
guys
when
for
you're
always
here.
having me. Yes.
Always
I love it
having
here. I love it here.
We love you
We
here.
love you
And we're
here.
going to have our girl Lucy back. We're going to
Yes.
have another special guest hopefully next week, but we're going to let you guys know more about
You'll see.
that. It's
Just
coming.
tune in.
Like, just watch. That's the best way. Just watch it and share with friends. 'cause we love it.
Subscribe, comment,
Do it all.
follow, repost,
Mention it all.
TikTok-y stuff.
Do it all.
I'm delusional.
I can
I
tell.
know she is. We gotta get her to bed. We have to put her to sleep. All right, Paulina at Paulina Rowe
At Talk with Tati.
At Jonathan Starzik. Woo.
and Never Too Shy Pod.
Why did I do that?